Welcome to the deep dive.
Oh,
Okay, so you've got this critical recruitment drive coming up, September 4th, and basically just one night, one day left to prep. That's a tight sprint. Our mission today, give you a strategic blueprint. We want to help you shift from, that passive studying to really targeted, high-impact actions. See this whole thing less as an interview, more like a structured chance to tell your best story.
exactly. And, the real key here isn't just showing up prepared, it's knowing which roles you're really aiming for,
Mhm.
like those trainee or project engineer jobs, maybe like the ones in Warringal, or using BEL's process as a kind of model. Then it's about mastering the specific skills they want, and crucially, being able to say clearly, here's the unique value I bring.
Every single interaction, from the written test to HR, it's all a chance to show how you solve problems and can contribute right away. Okay, makes sense. So the clock's ticking. Let's break it down. We'll cover that urgent prep tonight, um, build out the plan for tomorrow, the actual drive day, and then look a bit further how this all fits into your longer term career picture. All right, phase one, the night before Blitz. It's tonight. Panic might be tempting, right? But how do we make this night genuinely strategic? Especially knowing those roles, data entry, IT, project engineer, they're likely possibilities.
Right. This is, I think, a really interesting shift in perspective. The most powerful thing you can do tonight. See yourself as the product. Yeah, the product you are pitching. It sounds a bit corporate maybe, but it's a useful frame. Think about how a company defines its product, its mission, unique selling points, key features, or achievements. Apply that to yourself. What's your mission in this role? What's your unique value? What have you actually achieved? Frame yourself as someone who solves problems. That's what they're buying.
That's a great reframe. But okay, for a fresher, maybe someone without tons of experience, how do you find that unique value proposition so fast? And then how do you sharpen up the skills for the test tomorrow? The technical stuff like electronics, communication systems, and the general aptitude.
Good question. It's less about cramming what you know and more about being ready to show how you think. So, for example, in electronics, they might ask about a simple circuit. Don't just draw it. Explain why you chose those parts. What assumptions are you making? How would you debug it if it didn't work? That's the key. Or in computer science, maybe why you'd pick merge sort over quicksort for a specific data situation. It shows your thinking process. Be ready to talk through the rationale, especially for projects you list on your resume. Why did you make those choices?
Okay, focusing on the how feels much more doable for tonight. So you've sharpened the toolkit. Let's jump to tomorrow. Phase two, the day of drive, execution time. First hurdle is often that technical interview. This is where that applied intelligence really needs to shine.
Exactly. The interviewers, they genuinely want to see your brain work. So don't just leap to an answer. Ask questions first. Clarify things. State your assumptions out loud. Okay, I'm assuming X and Y. Then walk them through your logic before you solve it. And a really useful tool for this, especially for project questions, is STAR, or STAR R. Situation, task, action, result, and the extra R, reflection. What did you learn? It helps structure your answer into a full story. Here was the situation, this was my job, here's what I did, this was the outcome, and this is what I took away from it.
That star R model, yeah, that sounds super practical. Okay, so after the tech grilling, you often hit the HR interview. This one feels more about cultural fit, soft skills. How do you make that feel like a real story, not just ticking boxes?
Yeah, definitely don't see it as an interrogation. It's your chance to, again, share your narrative. A useful trick. Think about questions companies ask their customers for testimonials, like, what problem were you trying to solve?
Mhm.
Ask yourself that about your projects or experiences. What challenge was I facing? Why was I the right person for it? This helps you build powerful stories. Again, maybe using that STAR framework, showing things like teamwork or initiative. Show, don't just tell.
Right, showing versus telling. It's easy to get caught up in just this one drive, this September 4th date. But what if these skills we're honing now, they're actually key for the long run? Let's broaden out. Phase three, beyond the drive. Thinking long-term career development, especially with AI changing things.
It's a really important point because yes, AI is taking over some routine tasks. We see it in data entry, some basic coding, but, and this is key, jobs needing uniquely human abilities, strategic thinking, emotional intelligence, even just being physically present somewhere. Those aren't going away. And experienced people who can use AI as a tool, they become even more valuable.
So there's a fascinating link here. The very skills recruiters look for now in freshers, the critical thinking, communication, teamwork, leadership potential, those are exactly the skills that make you resilient long term in a world with more AI. Why are those skills so sort of automation proof?
Because they rely on judgment, creativity, empathy, complex problem solving in ambiguous situations. Things AI is currently not great at. AI can assist with these, but it doesn't lead. So the future really belongs to people who use tech to boost their own abilities, to become more productive, more insightful. It's about collaborating with technology, not competing against the tasks it can automate.
Okay, so wrapping the strategic sprint up for September 4th, it's focused prep tonight, confident execution tomorrow, and keeping that long-term view.
Exactly. And maybe the most valuable thing to take away beyond this specific drive is realizing